1969 Camaro that Tim and Angie Wheeler owned from Muskogee, Oklahoma. He brought it to us. Kind of really wanted a Copo Camaro, and we, after talking to him a little bit and kind of thinking of where we're at and what we do, I told him we would take the car on if we could just have some fun with it. He just let us kind of roll with it and figure out what we wanted to do once we figured out what he was about. And so we went to the races, they're dirt car racers. He doesn't race any longer, but he's still involved in it, and his family is. And that really inspired us to build the car we thought that kind of guy would drive. But we started with, Detroit Speed suspensions and LS motors. We know how that package can fit into what we want to do. And the things we did to the engine and all that was dirt car inspired. We always thought of their family and we knew that if we could put some of that stuff in there, they're going to love it. The engine's a Don Harding. I'm going to say it's a 418 LS3 stroked and bored. Makes basically 600 horse. We just smooth the block, smooth the transmission, smooth the rear end, change bolts out, make things fit. And Tim wanted it to have the feel of a 69 Camaro, so it's got a throttle body on it, Holley intake, has a feel of a carbureted car, even though it's fuel injected. Digital gauges to keep you kind of on top of everything, and got every comfort you need, air conditioning, tilt wheel, rear brakes. A lot of the styling cues on the car, we've tried to connect lines on the fenders, up the window, down the back and when all of them were tightened up and peaked more like a newer car. The red stripe that's on the valve covers was the key element to make it tie into the car. And we wanted to accent the bumpers. There's a lot of work in those, making them fit tight. The back bumper has the ends of a front bumper to complete the panel lines around the back of the taillights. We used colors to kind of give the car an attitude. But we still wanted some boldness, and the color that Tim wanted was red, is what we used on the pinstripe. So he still got his color in there, but this red is a candy and it's really vibrant outside. I think the gray and the black and really toughens the car up. We made the grille, hand welded it all together, and then had advanced plating, put nickel on it. All the bezels, the air intakes, most all the trim pieces were nickeled. But then we used a lot of black on all the panels on the bottom were all made out of aluminum, and we just felt like that was a continuous line around the bottom of the car to kind of, your eye needs somewhere to go, so it just connected each piece to the next piece and kind of shows you where the air was going, the flow of the car. I really like the 69s because of the wheel openings and the motion in the side of the car. Also wanted to accent kind of the fasteners to kind of give it a race car feel. So we wired and tied the header bolts and did things that you don't have to do, but it really adds to the look and the appearance of it.
Seats it's a 69 Camaro seat, so the sizes are right, the height's right, everything's symmetrical to fit the Camaro of that era. But we took the headrest design of the newer model Camaros and put it in there, and it's bolstered more. But the dimensions are all correct for a 69. It just has the right feel of a late model. Black leather interior gets really, really dark. We wanted that diamond tuck because we're trying to go for this late model performance thing like Ferraris and things have. So it's got that charcoal gray insert everywhere. My favorite part was actually the paint job on the hood, because I'm into lowriders. I really like the overlapping lowriders style. Every time we get the opportunity to kind of throw a little bit of that styling in somewhere. So with this car, we had all this carbon fiber parts, which are cool, but so we sat down and kind of drew up some ideas of how we can make that carbon fiber look like it is just overlaid. So we took the black, because that's a highlight color we're using all over the place, and kind of put it on the carbon fiber, and then we even drop shadowed it so it really looks like it's really buried down in there. And then it kind of goes to the red, which we're using the red to kind of break the regular red, so it's got a real bright red pinstripe, and then the candy red, which is darker, and You're going to carbon fiber, and then you have shading on top of that. So there's just layer, layer, layer all right on the hood, which is my favorite part. We did the same thing on the rear spoiler and going around the ground effects and stuff. So anywhere there's carbon fiber, it's not just a carbon fiber part bolted on. It's buried in there and kind of integrated, so it almost looks like a graphic.
Smoothed everything. Changed out all the bolts, put stainless bolts on everything. Wire tied stuff. Built belly pans for it, not totally belly pans, but integrated the bottom of the car the same way. Looked at it the same way we look at the top of the car, with the colors and the pinstripes, and tried to tighten the stainless exhaust, and tried to just give it, no matter what angle you looked at the car, you knew there was a lot of patience and time and effort and soul went into it.